Hello. Hi. Hello. I don't know what to talk about, but I was talking about time. I was talking about time because, like, I was talking about time in relation to the spirit realm. So, time is said to be the fourth dimension, right? Time is said to be the apparent fourth dimension that, in science or whatever, right? So I was thinking about, like, I was thinking about dreaming and what exactly are dreams, right? So when people have dreams and they think of, like, when people have dreams, usually their dreams are made of, like, what you do in your real life or whatever. Usually dreams are made up of your memories, right? Because, like, every time you have a dream, it's technically, like, it stems from your memory of, like, whatever you're doing in it. It's a subconscious projection of, like, your memories, right? Because every time you have a dream, you could dream of, like, being at your house and doing something, but, like, it turns into, like, this outrageous, or, like, it turns into a nightmare or whatever. It's projecting something from you. So people think of, like, people apparently say that your brain releases a natural chemical called DMT, and apparently DMT is in every living plant or organism contains DMT, right? But it's not entirely like what you'd say DMT is. You take from the living organism, and you say that, yeah, I'm gonna get high off of it. It's simply like the chemical or whatever. So if you see melatonin and serotonin and DMT, the molecular structure is exactly the same thing, right? It has the same exact, like, molecular structure or whatever in it. So when people have dreams are made up of, like, of those chemicals, right? Some people say something like dreams or DMT trips or whatever. Oh, I found a nickel. Nobody's gonna take it. I'll take it. So what are dreams, or psychedelic trips that people refer to, right? Because, like, every time you have a dream, it may be trippy. You're tripping on another dimension that could be referred to, like, as a spiritual realm of its own, right? It's called imagination. So dreams are made up of your subconscious waking life and your memories, right? Because, like, dreams are a subconscious projection of your memory, and therefore visiting, like, whatever you're doing in your real life. So every time you have a dream, like, what exactly is a dream deeply? Because if you think about what a dream is, people think it's a dream. There's nothing more to the dream, or what dreaming is, and I think it's a tool or an access way or a plural way to labeling it as a spiritual realm of its own. Because every time you have a dream, people think it's just a dream, and there's nothing more to the dream than just a dream, right? So what is a dream? And every time you have a dream, where do you dream to? Because, like, if you every time you have a dream, like, where exactly do you dream to, right? Because the dream is being taken place in, like, a specific location or a realm, right? So I believe dreams are out-of-body experiences. Is what I'm trying to say. When people think dreaming, it's just like there's nothing more to the dream or whatever than just a dream, right? So what exactly is a dream, and how's it created, right? So whenever you have these experiences, you go through the memories of like a dream or whatever. So you think of like a place that you were in a dream, right? You think of a dream, and like where were you in the dream? What you were doing? Where was the location? Is usually like some place that you've seen before or you've been to, because it's usually based off of like it, right? So I believe that like wherever you dream to, if you've ever dreamt to like the same dream again, right? Like more than once. I remember I had memories where I'd go to specific locations in a dream like many times or whatever. I remember if you ever dream to like the same place more than once, it's like you have astral projections to like the same place, right? If you ever like think of like a place or something. This happened to me before, and I remember like the feeling it gave me to where I felt like I was visiting this like outer worldly dimension or whatever. I remember I had many astral projections where I'd keep visiting the same place, the location in the dream realm, right? And I remember the feeling it gave me to where if I've ever had an out-of-body experience, there's like this feeling I have where like I feel like I'd be visiting other dimensions, like, and I'd be just like, it'd be so far off, and it felt like I'd be sleeping forever or something off into like another dimension. I remember the feeling it'd give me or something. So but personally, I see dreaming as a tool or a gateway to like a spiritual realm of its own. When people say dreams are nothing more than just they're nothing more than just like a dream and that's it. It just doesn't mean anything. I don't think that's the case, to be honest with you. So usually they're made up of like your subconscious waking life, right? So I could walk somewhere else. I'll go walk somewhere else. So what was I saying? Are dreams astral projections or ethereal projections, right? So usually it's a non-physical experience, right? And you say to yourself, like, every time you have a thought, it's accessing the same sort of plane that you dream to, right? And in this plane is the infinite possibility of like what you imagine, of what your brain creates memory, right? whenever your brain creates a memory, it's stored as an imagination or a tool. It's a subconscious projection of like the infinite possibility of what you imagine, right? Because like imagination is created by like time. So what exactly creates a memory is every time you sit there and you experience time, or like what you were doing at the time for 5 or 10 minutes, to sit there and have created the memory. The memory is stored in your physical brain. So what happens when you see yourself from the outside and you say this guy is nothing more than a physical body possessing a human consciousness, right? If I see myself from the outside talking, then he's nothing more than a physical body possessing a human consciousness and awareness, right? So what goes beyond when he's sitting there thinking of something, right? And I'm watching myself like experience life, and it's being stored in his physical brain, and there's nothing more to the physical body than it itself. Our thoughts in access way are a portal way to a spiritual plane, right? Because like every time you have a thought, it's a non-physical. It could be non-physical, and therefore it's sort of like a spiritual plane of its own. Every time you have an art, every time you draw something, right, it's a projection from that realm of imagination, right? So let's say I see myself from the outside as a physical body possessing a human consciousness and awareness. There's nothing more to it, right? And in the consciousness of the physical body, he's storing memories and time and experiences, and that's all there is to the existence of the physical. So if I see myself, there's nothing more than a physical body going through time, and in that time, you're storing memory, right? So he accesses the memory. He goes through the memories, and what does he do? He creates the imagination, the world of imagination. So is imagination an access way to the fourth dimension, right? Or is it a product of the fourth dimension? When people think of the fourth dimension, which is like in the third, right? There can't be a fourth dimension without the third existing. So if you see yourself from the outside as a physical body, and you say that there's what is there to existence? There's nothing to existence but the physical body and the consciousness, right? And within the consciousness is just time and existence, and that's all there is to it. And in that time, you're just sitting there storing memories and stuff, right? To use. So every time you store these memories, it creates a dream, right? Because like every time you have a memory, the memory is being created. The dreams are created by your memory. So are dreams out-of-body experiences to another spiritual plane, right? I believe that they are, actually. I believe that dreaming is a I believe that dreaming is an answer to the afterlife, right? Because dreaming is usually a non-physical experience, and it's traveling onto other spiritual realms of its own. So what I'm trying to say is that, like, if you look beyond the physical life of believing that there's nothing more to life than just like the physical life itself, it's concrete. There's nothing more to life than the laws of physics, right? Or whatever. So what is a human consciousness? A human consciousness is placed in a physical body for it to be here alive physically, right? So when you think of like a human soul, it's what you say is like your physical body. The human soul is just it's consciousness from your physical body, right? And in the consciousness is stored memories, and in the memories are what dreams are made up of, right? So dreams are pretty much accessing a spiritual dimension of its own, is what I'm trying to say. So